It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we got a beer from the wonderful Unbound Brewing Company, based up in Colne, north of Oldham. And this is their Kai Tropical Fruit Tea Pale Ale, coming in at 5.4% ABV. The hops are Idaho 7, and the additions are tropical mango and fruit tea. Now I'm going to let you into a little secret. I've already had a can of this back about a month or so ago, and initially when I get these kind of like infused beers, especially like when you think tea, I'm going to be honest with you, I was thinking, this might be a little bit boring. Tea pale ale, it's kind of like, I was thinking to myself, this is going to be a bit of a tough drink, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I think it was the Idaho 7 hops that they generously put into the beer. So without further ado then, 440 milliliter can, let's get it out into a glass and see what we get. We got a 1 finger white head, good levels of carbonation. It's hazy, amber and hazy to look at. Slow moving carbonation up the glass, but again, another beer from Unbound Brewing Company that has got great conditioning. I've drank plenty of the Unbound Brewing Company stouts, and they've all got the most incredible conditioning and body to the beers. And this pale ale, even though it's probably amber, I'm not going to say it's a pale ale, it's probably amber in colour, it still has that fantastic body to it. Great head retention, great carbonation, great look to the beer. Let's get the aroma. And that, yeah, it smells absolutely fantastic. Don't be put off by the name like I was a little bit. And I suppose mentioning that is good, honest feedback for the brewer. If they're producing a beer that maybe the initial thought is, I might, because let's be fair, if this was sitting on a shop shelf, a bottle shop, can shop, wine shop shelf, and you had a choice between 20-30 beers and you read infused tea pale ale, you might be inclined to want to just put it back and maybe choose something else with your hard-earned money. But honestly, from trying it before and just getting the aroma from this beer, it is fantastic. It's got almost like a sweet shop candy aroma to it. Like apricot, maybe plum, like a light plum. It smells fantastic. I'm going to dive in. Cheers, everybody. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Stone the crows. Stone the crows. The more beer I drink from Unbound Brewing Company, and I promise you this is not sponsored, or this is not that I know the brewery and I've been there and I know them. I met the lovely chap who owns Unbound Brewing Company. I met him in Ciber X last March and we had a pint together. But my love for Unbound Brewing Company is the fact that they produce absolutely terrific beer. It really is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. The quality of their beer is literally up here. It's up here. It's just, I think whenever they want to leave the brewery, they think to themselves, how can we make this beer And how can we give ourselves a fantastic reputation? And it's down to quality. It's always down to quality. If you carry on producing these top quality beers, one after another, then you have people like me and the people in the community, people on Untapped. They spread the word. They spread the great word, and that's the point of it. That is the point of this whole thing. Is that when people then start spreading the word, that is the best kind of advertising a brewery can ever have. That is just, I mean, look at it. Look at the quality of this beer. It's not can conditioned. There's no sediment. I just poured the rest of the can in. There's no sediments in the bottom of the glass. But it is nice and hazy. But you get these light flavours of the tea. You get the flavours of the tea coming through, but you also get this lovely fruity, sweet shot, slightly tangy, fantastic hop flavour in the beer. A little bit of bitterness on the back end. Definitely some sweetness to begin with from that malt. But a great mouthfeel. A great mouthfeel too. It's very refreshing, but it's very assertive. It's assertive. It's not medium mouthfeel, but there's enough malt there. There's enough malt body there to make the beer assertive, but it's still refreshing. You could still 5.4% ABV. I reckon I could drink 3 cans of that. Then I'd start shouting at the television. But it's that taste then, I was about to start reading the back of the can, but that taste then was, there's moments where you just want to talk about the hops, and then there's moments where you can really taste probably the tannings. You can taste the fruit and the tannings in the tea. It's fantastic. We make unique craft beers and lagers with passion from the heart of the Pennines. Using only top quality ingredients and water from the Pennine Hills, we seek out new flavour combinations to bring you the very best, exciting, fresh beers. Brewing without boundaries. Amazing. They're from Calder Mill, Lenches Road in Colne. As I mentioned, they're from Colne, north of Oldham. The ingredients are water, malted barley, oats and wheat plus hops. Yeah, I'm ready to rate this. I'm ready to rate this one. And I apologise if anybody found any reason to kind of, I'm just being honest at the start of the review. When I talk about, and when I look in a bottle shop myself to pick up beers, I'm a sucker for the all the flashy cans and stuff. If you see something like tropical fruit tea pale ale, you might have that kind of urge to put it back on the shelf. But I promise you, and that's just my opinion. That's why I'm apologising almost for giving my own opinion on it. But I think it's right to give your opinion on it, because any kind of feedback to a brewery is good feedback. Good or bad, I think you need to give feedback to your local brewery. The fact is that this is terrific pale ale. It really is fantastic. I can imagine going on Unbound's website and picking a couple of these fruit tea tropical pale ales and some of their fantastic stouts that they do. And I could just sit and have a couple of pale ales, a couple of stouts. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I like that beer enough to give it a Stone the Crows 9 out of 10. So 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!